Alright, so the next topic for tonight is self-harm, self-mutilation, whatever you want to call it. Um, I honestly cut for about 9 years. I used to do it. I started when I was really, really young. I was like 9 or 10. And I continued to do it until I got pregnant with my daughter at 18. Um, I went through a lot of stuff, and a lot of people say that people cut because they're crazy, people cut because they want attention, people hurt themselves because they want to die. And it's not the case. People who self-harm, they feel like if you have a problem, hurting yourself helps at that time, but when the problems come back and when the feelings start to become real again outside of cutting, it makes you hurt more and you end up cutting even more. Um, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you're mental. It doesn't mean you need to be put in a hospital. There is a ton of warning signs that you can look for when someone is hurting themselves. They will wear jackets or jeans in the summer, or if it's really hot weather, they'll sleep with their jackets on, or they will sleep with a lot of clothing on. Um, some people pull their hair. They pull their hair out and they break their own bones. So that's another thing. They leave bruises on themselves. They um, bite themselves, scratch themselves. They starve themselves sometimes. There's a lot of things that you can do. Burn yourself with lighters. Uh, throw yourself downstairs. I mean, there's a million things you can do to self-harm. Punch trees, punch the ground, bruise up your knuckles. Um, if you know someone who's going through any of this, or you've gone through it and you know what they're going through, sit down and talk to that person. Don't preach to them, but maybe tell them about your experience and maybe they'll feel comfortable and open up to you. You guys can share stories and you guys can confide in each other and you can even keep the secrets between the two of you. You don't have to go to somebody else. But if you feel like that person is going to seriously hurt themselves, then I would suggest you call the hotline. I do have a suicide hotline number that I want to give you guys. It's for the United States. If you ever need any numbers for other countries, I could always get those for you as well. Um, a lot of people say that because you cut, you are an emo, which is so not true. Like, I am far from an emo. Um, there are some ways that you can cope with it, though. If you are like me, anything like me, you like to do things yourself. You like to get over things by yourself. I did make a video not too long ago about how to control your anger and stuff and what to do to help. Well, this one I'm going to talk about ways to help with cutting, help you to stop cutting. If you cut to express pain and intense emotion, I suggest you paint or draw, scribble with red ink. Red ink is like the key because red is blood, and if you use red ink, it kind of symbolizes the blood that you could be losing when you cut or hurt yourself. Express your feelings in a journal or compose a poem or a song expressing how you feel. I have a big book full of poems that I used to write in my storage. Write down any negative feelings that you have about yourself. If you have like self-esteem issues, you think you're ugly, you have crooked teeth, too much acne, you're too fat, write it down and put it on paper and rip it up, burn it, do whatever you want to it, stab it. Listen to music that expresses how you're feeling. Like if you're mad, listen to some screamo music, even if you don't listen to it. If you're sad, listen to Rascal Flatts. I mean, they've got some really sad songs. Like, just go with what your emotions bring to you. If you're cutting to calm yourself or soothe yourself, take a bath, a hot shower. Um, Cuddle with your sister, your little brother, your little sister, an animal, a baby. Wrap yourself in a warm blanket. Um, Massage your own neck, your hands or your feet. Sometimes helps soothe people, and listen to like really calming music. Like, it doesn't have to be Mozart or Beethoven calm. It can be like listening to the sounds of the music of the ocean or listening to rainfall, just like the calming music. If you cut yourself because you feel like you want to disconnect and be numb, call a friend. You don't have to talk about self-harm, just call a friend. Take a cold shower. Cold is always great. Hold an ice cube like this in your hand or right here in your arm or even like underneath your legs, underneath your knees, and hold it there until you cannot stand it anymore. Um, Choose something with a very strong taste, whether it be like peppermint, a lemon, a chili pepper, grapefruit peel, orange peel, something along the lines of that. Go online to a self-help website or a chat room. They have tons of chat rooms and message boards out there that you can go to. You can leave yourself completely anonymous, and the 1-800 numbers that you call leave you completely anonymous as well if you want. If you cut to release tension or to vent out your anger on yourself, exercise, like vigorously, run like 5 miles until you can't breathe anymore. Dance, jump rope, hit a punching bag, punch a cushion or a mattress, scream into your pillow. I used to take a butcher knife and, well, not a butcher knife, but like a big knife and stab a phone book. Just stab it and stab it and stab it until I couldn't stop stabbing. Um, Buy one of those stress balls and sit there and squeeze it until your hand feels like it's gonna fall off. Rip something up, sheets of paper, something, an old book you don't read anymore, like anything. Make some noise. Play an instrument, bang on pots and pans. Even though it sounds childish, it can help. Especially if you're home alone, you can just pull out all the pots and pans and you can bang the crap out of them and get all that anger out. There's also substitutes for doing cutting. You could take a red pen and draw lines where you would usually cut. You can hold an ice cube, like I said before, or you can put rubber bands or hair ties on your wrist, and you can just sit there and snap them until your wrist feels like it's on fire and you can't do it anymore. There's a million things you can do, and there's a million different solutions to it. But remember, if you are cutting and you feel that depressed, cry out for help. Don't face it alone. It's not going to do you any good. I mean, it may, but from experience, for me knowing what it's like, I would say seek help with someone you trust, someone you know you can go to in times of need. Don't shut people out. It doesn't really do great. I'm not going to preach to you and tell you your life is better, is going to be better, or any of that junk. But if you're watching this and you self-harm, know that there is help out there and there's people out there willing to listen. I study a lot of this mainly because I want to be a children's psychologist. I haven't gotten into school yet, mainly because I don't have the money to. But I am working on going through financial aid so I can get that started because I have 8 years of school ahead of me. Long time. But I care about people and I want to help people, and it's why I make these videos. Regardless if people like them or not, I really don't care. But remember, if you self-harm, listen to my video, go through, write down a list of things that would help you, and try it. It doesn't hurt to try. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay positive, stay happy, stay calm. If you ever need anything, go to anyone that you trust or feel like you can talk to. Even it doesn't have to be a counselor, it doesn't have to be your mom or your dad. It can be your best friend's mom or your best friend's brother, or it can be your school counselor, your English teacher, it doesn't matter. Just go to whoever. I go to my manager if I ever need to talk to somebody, which is very rarely, but I trust her. I know she won't go and blabbermouth to anyone. So have a wonderful night, guys, and I will be back later with another video.